right? So I'm jumping. I'm gonna show you the video. This is Deuteronomy. I got one more, right? This is Deuteronomy 25 and let's see what we got. 25 and 13, right? It says, "Thou shalt not have in thy bag diverse weight, a great and a small." So you're not supposed to have diverse weights, right? Because the money you're supposed to be able to weigh the money, okay? And the Federal Reserve note, you can't weigh that. You can't weigh digital currency. So that's wickedness in the eyes of YAHAWASHI. That's straight up wickedness. So I'm gonna show you this other video, so you can't say that the Russian government official Anton, the advisor of Vladimir Putin, making it up, right? So let me see something here. Who is Scott Bessent? Hold on. What is Scott Bessent's job in Donald Trump cabinet? Okay, Scott Bessent, okay, the one in Donald Trump cabinet, he is the Secretary of Treasury. So he's the Secretary of Treasury. So he's dealing with the money. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. What is the job of a Secretary of Treasury?
The Secretary of the Treasury advises the President.
What is the, hold on, I'm gonna let y'all hear this. What is the job of Secretary of Treasury? Let's say, what is the job of Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent? I won't even let it come out. Boy, that's safe. It ain't even. It says the role, I ain't gonna even say it no more. It says the role of Secretary of Treasury involves being a key policy advisor to the President on financial and economic matters, managing the U.S. government finance and public debt, overseeing the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, and U.S. Mint, and protecting the nation's financial system from threat. That's the job of Scott Bessent, right? He's the financial, that's the job of Scott Bessent, right? He's the financial advisor, right, for Donald Trump. And he's set up to protect the financial system of America from threat. Now let's see what he say concerning about that Bitcoin. About cryptocurrency. Right? Let's see what he say about cryptocurrency concerning what they gonna do. Let this pass by. Says let's see what Scott Bessent says concerning what the Russian advisor was saying of Vladimir Putin, right?
The U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is positioning the stablecoin industry as a potential solution to the country's mounting debt. issuers could become major buyers of the government securities. Now, the U.S. Treasury chief has been in talks with major stablecoin companies, including Tether and Circle, about their treasury holdings. He views the sector as a growing source of demand for short-term government debt. Now, these discussions have influenced the department's strategy to emphasize bill issuance over longer-term securities. Stablecoins are pledged to the dollar to maintain dollar peg. The issuers of stablecoins have to hold reserves of safe assets like treasury bills. Currently, the stablecoin market is about $250 billion. Now, Masana expects the market to expand 20-fold to about $2 trillion. That would be about half of India's total GDP for a year. Such growth can provide meaningful support for government borrowing. The U.S. currently faces record debt levels and accelerating deficits under Trump's fiscal policies. Also, the administration's strategy gained popular regularity backing through July's Genius Act. The law mandates that stablecoins be backed by ultra-liquid assets, including U.S. treasuries, and this creates a direct link between the expanding digital currency market and government debt demand.
So there you go. So there it is. That's Scott Gessett telling you, right, what they plan to do. And Anton, whose advisor was giving you the heads up, man. Okay? They plan to dump the United States debt into that stable coin, right? And not pay these nations, right? What they owe these nations for investing in T-bonds, right? And they gonna zero it out and start all over. That's gonna cause a war, man. That's gonna cause a war because nations have invested in American T-bonds, right? And that's gonna cause a war. You see? So and then they mention in there how these nations are what did he say concerning I can't remember. Let me show y'all what it was at. That's the name of that video right there. Right? That's with Scott Best, right? Let me go back to let me go back to, hold on, let me look at something. I'm gonna show y'all what his other one is. Yeah, declining trust in the dollar. That's what it is. See, they know these nations are no longer trusting in the dollar. And that's what that other video is. Concerning that Russian government official, Anton. So, America knows that these nations are no longer trusting in the dollar like they used to, right? And ever since Donald Trump been inaugurated, the dollar have lost 11%. Okay, it have lost 11%. So this place is out of here, man. This place is out of here. Nobody's. I mean, the decline in trusting in the U.S. dollar is speeding up, man. It's speeding up, and they trying to find a way to keep, empower them controlling the financial system. It ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. It's gonna be a major war, man. A major war over there, which we already in World War III, like I always speak on it. But it's just going to increase and get worse, and these people going, these nations are finding alternative ways to trade amongst each other so they don't have to deal with America, man. That's what they doing. That's what they doing, man. You see? And America can't do nothing but go to war once they left out in the cold like that, and once they try to get rid of that debt and not pay these nations what they owe. These nations they can't do nothing but go to war. Okay? This is let's go to Hosea, see what we can get out of this. Right? See what we can get out of Hosea. Right? Let's find Hosea. Where you at? This Hosea chapter 12, right? Alright, it went to Amos. Alright, this Hosea chapter 12, verse this Hosea chapter 12, verse 7. Right? He is a merchant, and balance of deceit are in his hand, and he loveth to oppress. That's the so-called white man, right? The devil that the Bible speaks of, right? He loves to oppress the people when it comes to money, okay? He loves to oppress the people, man, and control the people and defraud the people. He loves that. That's the way Edom works in this world. He got all the gold and silver, right? And then he bring another system, which is the Federal Reserve note, right? And in the eyes of the Heavenly Father and His Son, that's wickedness, that's abomination, right? And then he want to take you to digital currency and put a chip in you. And that's how you move in this beast society. It's all wicked, man. It's all wicked, man. We can't live like this as a nation of people amongst you nigga Latinos and Native Americans. Ain't no way, man. The Heavenly Father and the Son gonna take this place out, man. He gonna take it out, man. This is Hosea chapter 12, verse 7. He is a merchant, and the balance of deceit is in his hand, and he loveth to oppress. See? The balance of deceit is in his hand, man. He won't pay you the real money, man. Okay? So he's going from Federal Reserve notes to digital currencies, right? And that's how you supposed to move in this beast system. Nah, man. With the microchip inside of you. Nah, man. This place gonna go, man. This place gonna go. But according to prophecy, the Heavenly Father and His Son is gonna allow him to reach a certain point in implementing that chip, and he's gonna destroy him. But that war, right, concerning World War III has already started. It's just gonna get worse. Just like Pete Hegseth recently, he made an announcement that all the generals should come to meet up, and I want to say in Virginia. So all the generals been called all around the world to meet up, right, for a meeting. And then when you watch the info on that, people are saying, analysts are saying, look, that ain't never happened. So they give you their thought process on it, but we shall see how it play out. But he summoned all the generals back, right, to have a meeting in Virginia. And they say that ain't never happened, right? So this is a heads up to you nigga Latinos and Native Americans that this world that you're living in is not the true reality of how the Heavenly Father and His Son want this to be an everlasting rulership. It's gonna be destroyed, man. It's gonna be destroyed because it ain't nothing but wickedness, okay, going on while Edom is ruling, right? So I read this again. This is Hosea chapter 12, verse 7. He is a merchant, the balance of the seat are in his hand. He loveth to oppress. And that's Esau Edom all day long, man. The balance of the seat is in his hand, man. He will defraud you of money, man. And that's what he's doing on the world stage. And I'm Russian spilled the beans concerning it, and Scott Bassett spoke about it, which is a financial advisor of Donald Trump, right? He spoke about it. He said it, okay? To get rid of United States debt, dump it in the cryptocurrency, dealing with the staple coins, right? This is we're going to Proverbs, right? This is Proverbs. See what we can get out of this. I think I got something else. I can't remember. Let me look first. This is Proverbs. Well, I'm gonna jump around, right? Hold on. Let me see if I can. I think I had something else lined up. Let me look. I can't remember. Let me look to make sure. What is this? I already mentioned that. Oh, okay, I already mentioned the Genius Act. Okay, all right. Let's go to, I said Proverbs, but let's go to Job first, and then we're going to go to Proverbs. Let's go to Job. See if we can get out of this. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the so-called white man covered the faces of the judges thereof with iconoclasm, right? Let me see. Yeah, with iconoclasm. That's what he did, right? And he put up his images as if they're the true judges of the earth. So he did that with iconoclasm, right? And he covered the faces of the Heavenly Father and His Son and the children of Israel, because those are the true judges of the earth, right? Up under the Heavenly Father and His Son, the children of Israel. So by us telling you right and wrong, you won't listen to us because you thinking that the so-called white man is the true judge, but he's not, right? That's why you listen to him. So he has covered our faces, right? So the world won't know that we are the true judges of the earth when it comes to this Bible, right? So since he put his images up, the people look at him for the people look at him to be the judge from right and wrong. And he ain't doing nothing but lying and defrauding you, right? And not telling you what's right according to the scriptures, right? So that's who did it, the so-called white man. If not, who is it? That's who did it, so-called white man. I'll read it again. This is Job, and their biblical nationality is Edom. They're a nation of Edomites, okay? This is Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who did it? Who is he? Right? Is a so-called white man, right? That's who covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? And that's why when we tell you that Federal Reserve note is not real money, you look at us like we out of our mind, but you don't understand economics. And then when we telling you that's a false balance, and then when we tell you when they go to digital currency, they want to eventually put that microchip in you, you look at us like that's impossible, that ain't gonna happen, but it's real. But it's real, and that's what that devil wanna do. He telling you that's wickedness, and the Heavenly Father and Son gonna destroy you if you take that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, and we already in the beast system, right? This is Proverbs 29 and 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn because they go through hardship when the wicked is ruling. That's why these people are losing their job. That's why they can't pay their bills. That's why the rent is so high. That's why the food, that's why the mortgage is high. The insurance on the mortgage is steady climbing up, right? You having to pay real estate taxes on your house. Your rent is going up, okay? It's ridiculous. The groceries going up, the price of the food going up, everything. And then on top of that, the food is poison. They're spraying all type of chemicals on it, okay? So the people is having to deal with hardship when the wicked is ruling. And people are dying left and right. People are sick, right? Wars are taking place. Even the ones that's not even mentioned on YouTube or the television or mainstream media. Okay? The people are going through major hardship, man. Okay? People are taking anxiety medicine, you know, because of the conditions on the earth. They're ready to hang themselves. They're ready to blow out their brains because of the conditions on the earth, because the wicked is ruling and it's all unjust. And people are going through more and more and harder hardships to survive. And you got plenty of people on the web saying we shouldn't have to live like this, working for nothing. You see? So in our kingdom, right, it's not going to be like this, right? To where people are going to go through hardships after they serve their 1,000 years of slavery, right? First 1,000 years, they're going to have to deal with the hardships of slavery. But after that, right, they're going to be able to enjoy the kingdom as we rule, but they're going to continue to have to pay tribute because we are YAHAWAH, okay? We the true rulers of the earth up under the Heavenly Father and His Son. And that's how it's going to be, right? So I'll read this again. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Yeah, because of the hardship is what they going through. How they losing their job, right? And that's what it is when the wicked is ruling. That's a so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? So we jumping.